Instead of saying made in some other place in the world, it says Ford and FOMO Co. on it, which is much preferred in my book. Let's go take a look. Welcome back to the channel. In case you haven't already gotten a clue from the last couple videos, it's Bronco season. We want this thing up and running for warm weather this spring. So today we've got a little bit of a shorter video. We were talking to the customer. He stopped by the other day. We went over some of the paint and body stuff, the rust repair that we've been doing, and that is pretty much wrapped up. We did a little bit of touch-up painting back here in the corners and up on the kick panels way up there. The rest of this is going to remain as it is because, quite frankly, it's getting kill mat and carpeting and side panels and that kind of stuff back here. But today we're going to talk about tunes, because originally when we broke this thing down, we took the front fenders off to repair these little rust spots, and when we did that, we took the driver's fender off. We came across this bad ride, and it was, I just took it out of the fender now, but this is the antenna mast. The cable broke off in here or pulled out of here without the end, and it was all rusty and crusty down here. It just kind of ended up in a rusty nothingness. So we snipped it off here while it was on the fender, and my original plan was, you know what, this thing's a Bronco, it's a V8, he doesn't need a radio. Then the other day when he was here, we were talking about radios, and I said, well, we'll just hide a nice little Bluetooth unit in the glove box or tuck it away in the center console or somewhere and leave the rest of it looking stock. And he says, yeah, he says, I get the Bluetooth and I like that, but I also like just the radio and even AM radio. And I thought, you know what, the guy's a farmer, and you need to keep track of the commodities. You need to know what's going on in the agricultural world, and in the heartland here, you get that about every 30 minutes or so on the radios. So this morning I came in while I was waiting for some primer to dry, and I was breaking this fender down, getting the trim off, and I thought, let's take the antenna out and take a closer look. So we were able to get what's left of the end out of here without any damage, and then we cleaned up the end down here really good, and then I also tinkered with it in the sandblaster, and we'll show you that. But I got to looking at it, and other than this rusty crustiness that was going on down here, it's a savable piece, and it's a factory piece, and there's absolutely nothing else wrong with it. So what I've decided to do is we're going to clean it up, and then it just so happens we got some 1-inch electrical conduit sitting around over in the scrap metals that is almost, in fact, is just about the exact same size as the tubing, or at least the bracketry that our tubing's connected to. So we're going to take enough of this to cover up the bottom of this antenna. We're going to weld it onto the end of this piece, and then we'll put a cap. Either we'll weld it shut, probably what we'll do is we'll get like a rubber cap or a silicone cap. We'll put a cap on it, poke a little hole in it so it can drain water, but otherwise keep the dust and stuff from going up in there, and it'll be like new. So that's what we're doing today. We got it out of the Bronco, and here's a tip for you. When you're working on these, you might have some of the wrenches, like I've got this Chinesium antenna wrench. Well, they don't always cover everything, and it seems like just about the time you think you got what you need, you don't. So if you need to get your little bezel nut off of your antenna, what you can do, just wrap it 3 or 4 times with painter's tape, and then you can take pliers to it And if you're careful and don't slip a lot, you won't do any damage. So that's done. Now let's jump into the sandblasting cabinet here, and we'll clean this up a little bit. I wonder if you guys can watch. Maybe you can watch from up. Ooh, there? Maybe? No, there? Will that get you there? How about here? Oh, that would be even better. You're like right in front of me. All right, let's show off the sandblaster a little bit. It's working great lately. One thing I need to do when you build your sandblasters, this is the Harbor Freight cabinet. Don't put your gloves in flat like this. I need to rotate these one set of screws so they're actually, you know, like you stand. Because that's something that's just a little bit annoying. Now it's going to get loud here because it's not going to be too long and the air compressor is going to start running. But let's clean the rest of this up so we can finish up this little project. Oh, hang on. It's going to get even louder. We got vacuum to get the dust out. See, my hand won't even go in there right. Air compressor should be kicking on any second. There it goes. That'll do. That cleaned up very nicely. We're ready for the next step, and that means we got to measure. Let's go about 4 inches there. We might come down at the most another inch, so we're going to go about 5.5 onto this. We've got our conduit. We cleaned off this end. We'll go 5.5 inches down, zip zap that off, and then meet you back here at the welding table. And this ain't gonna take too long at all. All right, we got her stood up in the vise. We've got it pretty well as straight as I think it can get right now. We're gonna give it a tack or two. And see if it likes it or not. Get you closer. A little bit. Could stand to that just a little bit. That look pretty straight to you guys? It looks pretty straight to me. We got that, rotate a little bit. We've got that, there, and back over here. Looks like we've got a little bit of a gap down here. We could maybe go that way with it just a little bit. Happy, 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 happy. All right, time to weld. Probably what I'll do is I'll pull the antenna out so that we don't accidentally, can't come out any more than that. Okay. That's the end of it right there. All right. Very good. Oopsie. Okay, so we do need a stop down here. We need a metal stop down here. Okay, that's cool. Anyway, let's weld her up here. Stuff is soft. Darn it. Okay. What the heck? I just lost my nose cone. We're good. There you have it. We are all welded up, smoothed down, and that's where our end is. It's probably only about 3/16 of an inch inside of here. Now, we did learn, we were just messing around with this, that it is possible for this to extend beyond here if it doesn't have a stop. So, we're gonna make this out of metal. and we'll drill a little hole for drainage. But yeah, we want to be able to stop that when it goes down. And I think, yeah, it'll still go all the way down. So that's going to be a nice piece. We need about an inch. We need about 1 1/8 inch circular, probably about 1 inch round, and then we'll have that ledge to weld to. So let's see what we can find around here. Well, I couldn't help myself. We welded her all up nice and pretty and finished it off. So this, you know, antenna that was just a rusty, here, let me get it out of here. It was just a rusty hunk of junk that didn't work anymore, and most people would throw away. Now it's completely functional again and not rusty, and we're going to spritz it with a little bit of silver engine enamel. It's going to even look the part. Let's get a coat of paint on it, and we'll bring you back one more time. Well, hey, I almost forgot to bring you guys in for the final products. Here we go. We just put a little silver duplicolor engine enamel on it, but that's the final deal. This guy is just, I don't know, it's a body washer that we found in the washer bin over there, and welded her up. Life is gonna be good. It should last for a very long time, and instead of saying made in some other place in the world, it says Ford and FOMO Co. on it, which is much preferred in my book. Thanks for watching this one. Hope you got something out of it. I hate just replacing parts if you don't have to. If you can fix them, repair them, reuse them, recycle them, and keep them running, the factory stuff is always better. We'll catch you on the next video.